1 2 1 2. We are live. What's going on, man? It's Wednesday, the 28th. Good morning, afternoon, and evening. Half a day. Guten Tag. Buenos dias, buenas tardes, y noches. What's up? Welcome back. And as my grandmother would say, hey, y'all. We back live, man. And we have another special guest tonight. But before I get into the formalities of things, let me give a shout out to my sponsor, the one, the only, Jewel Junkie, who adds style to your smile, $5 at a time. And her fiercely favorite bling bosses, man. You can look like $1,000,000 without breaking the bank. Check her out at jeweljunkie.com for a show. Now, tonight is it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm on grandpa duties, so I do have a co-host who's the boss, Baby Banner, Little Hope. He chilling right now, but we'll see how long that lasts. But we're gonna get into it, man. Tonight, I got my boy, my brother, all the way from the island of Hawaii. We're gonna be talking with my man, Randy Malacas. You there, brother? How we doing? How we doing? Testing. I can't see ya. There we go.
Hey,
What's going on, Mac Daddy?
what's going on?
How are you? We gonna get into it, man. How you doing?
Oh, it's great, man. Great in Texas. Got a little warmer, got cooler.
Yeah, definitely a little cooler for you since you moving from the west, right? Northwest?
Yeah, Washington.
Okay. So, man, you ready to get into this thing?
Yeah, let's go, man. It's been a while since you hit me up. I know you're like, oh man, he don't answer my calls. I'm like, oh man.
Nah, I knew you was busy, man. I know you making moves, Mac Daddy. And for those that don't know, Randy Malacas, nicknamed by Fat Daddy, Mac Daddy. But Fat Daddy called himself Big Daddy, and I would never call him that.
Yeah.
All right, Mac. So, tell us, who are you, where you from, and what do you do, brother?
Yeah, I'm like you said, Randy Malacas from Waipio, Hawaii, on the island of Oahu. Retired Army vet. Hey, grandkid right there. Retired Army vet, did 24 years, and now I'm a government contractor with the DOD.
Yeah.
Living in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, San Antonio, you back where we were, man.
Yeah, man, Military City, USA.
That's right. So how's the family like in that transition back to Texas?
They couldn't wait. Now it's just us three. My daughter is in college in Arizona, in Flagstaff, Arizona. So it's just me, my wife, and little Ranson.
Yeah.
And we had to move. So
yeah, man, that's good.
Like,
it's good, bro. So tell me, man. So you did 24 years active duty, right?
Yeah.
What were your ties to the military, and or what was some of the factors that helped you make the decision to serve?
Yeah. So it was exactly, they give the exact date, 23 years, 11 months, and I think 28 days or something like that. But I just rounded up. And my ties is not much. Just my grandma, her two brothers were sergeant majors in the army during like Vietnam, I think.
Okay.
I didn't know them. I just knew that when I see them, man, he was like old and he'd just be running and he's like, hey, you want to run with sergeant major? I'm like, nah, you good. Because I was, I was in high school. But my cousin, my oldest cousin from my mom's side, Armando, he was a commo guy, and I remember like You know, I was like 4. He was in Guam, so I was in Guam.
Okay.
And I was like 4, and then he would he was getting ready to go basic training or something like that. So I saw all his like posters and newspaper clippings about the airborne rangers and stuff, and so that was pretty much my big influence. He taught me some cadences.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but years later, I just went to the recruiter and said, "Hey, I wanna get out of Hawaii."
Oh yeah.
Or I want to join. Yeah, I want to join.
Yeah.
I just waved in the glass at the mall.
Oh, so you was an easy one to get in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They didn't have to do too much work, huh?
Nah.
Okay. So before you came into the military, man, so you have a background in, some BJJ, which helped you with the transition into the mixed martial arts for the military. What's your background on that, bro? Talk to us about your BJJ experience.
Yeah, so I started doing jiu-jitsu before it even came big when I was a little kid, back in Hawaii. But first, I spent my like summers in California.
Okay.
And that's when I met Hoist Gracie.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got to meet them. Actually, my cousin was training with them, so I would go train with them sometimes too. But then I went back home. You go back home, and then I just trained jiu-jitsu. Everybody fights back home. But knowing jiu-jitsu back then, it was kind of like a secret. Nobody knew about it. You know,
it's like Fight Club, man.
No, people were just because of Karate Kid, everything was punches and kicks and stuff like that. So this ground thing was pretty new to everybody. So man, it was awesome. Knowing those things. So, I'm not gonna say that I had a lot of like street fights, but it was more like challenge matches because, like, oh man, what is that thing you do? Like, okay, I mean, we were friends,
right? And
then we'd fight, always beat them up, and eventually they became students, and they get their black belts, and they're like, yeah, because of Randy, I did jiu-jitsu and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So when did it, how long did it take for it to click for you to be like, you know what, this is I enjoy this? Because I always heard you get bit by the bug, right? And I got bit by the bug like hardcore, but it took me a while to start working on like ground fighting. So how long did it take while you was training to actually like, yo, I like this. This is where it's at.
Man, in high school. You could ask anybody of my friends or in school. They're like, "Oh, that's the Gracie guy," And I just think about just fighting all the time, and I wanted to fight. Another bug was like, man, it was just something like you could say exotic. Nobody did. And you know what? We're gonna talk about leadership going forward, man. It just paves the way to like just started teaching like the little neighborhood kids just little self-defense stuff, and you just did it because you thought it was cool, but not knowing that they're gonna need that, Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. So did you ever? So I was able to. I got sucked into it a lot of times. Was to teach like a lot of, and nothing wrong with that, right? I enjoyed the fact that people thought about me when they wanted to do like the defense classes. But I did a lot of women's self-defense classes. Did you ever get put into stuff like that as well?
Yeah, you mean throughout or back when I was a kid?
No, throughout.
Oh yeah. That's really my priority. Teaching self-defense. Yeah. And we'll talk about it, how jiu-jitsu has changed. Teaching women and children, because they're the ones they can't help themselves. I mean, if they don't know anything, you want to help the ones that can. And even the point where my daughter, she used to, she held a bully-proof class for Girl Scout.
Really?
In San Antonio. Yeah, that's when she was when she was like, "Oh, Dad's cool. He does that jujitsu
when you were
thing."
still cool.
Yeah. And,
Why does that happen, man? How do we go from being cool to being like, hey, just drop me off up the block and then
yeah, that was 8th grade. She's like, "Oh, can you just drop me off the corner?" I think it just comes full circle. That's how it is. So later on, she'll and I see it too. Or later on, she's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," and then she'll ask like, "Oh, can you show me this?" That's with my music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get into that stuff too, man. So 23 years and some change, round up to 24 years. Man, what were some of the pros and cons of your time in service? Like, we served in San Antonio, man, and I don't know if you can see the picture, but I got the one where you standing back there like that.
Yeah, and you got our NCO Saber back there.
You see it?
Yeah.
That's right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's oily. What was the pros and cons?
Yeah, what are some of the pros and cons, bro?
About the pros and cons of being in the Army?
Yeah, your time in service.
Being in the Army? Oh man, you get to one, you get to meet different types of people. You can do things that people back in the block can't even dream of.
That's right.
And the benefits were great when you were in, and then it's still great as a retiree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always say, like, man, some people gotta join the Army, man. You see them on the corner, you're like, let's try to get that guy in the Army.
That's right, man. Or some branch of the military, right? Come in and serve. Do 3-4 years, man. At least get some college education paid for.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just yeah.
Yeah, with me fighting, man, it was like I could get hurt, and I just go in and get an X-ray.
Yeah. And how
I was
much
fighting a lot. I was fighting a lot when I was working in the ER, and the docs they knew when I was fighting, and when I come back on Monday, they had like X-rays ready to go, CT scans ready to go for my head. They would fix up my cauliflowers.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have, because they would we had a doctor. She was like, "I don't like how it looks. Go upstairs to ENT and get that fixed."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wondered, like, I was like, he must be really good at defending because he does not have it. And mine started on this side right here, and my brother was telling me how to keep it from blowing up.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I see some of those guys. I'm sure you've had a couple of them. They look like they can't even hear out of that ear. It's just
My friend had to actually get a new ear.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he was in the Navy, and he had it pretty bad. He only could see that hole. Like, he only could see the hole.
Yeah.
And he was a corpsman too. So they said, "Hey man, you gotta get a new ear." So they got it from the mice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they implanted a new ear on it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I did not know that they do that.
Yeah. But they got a new ear. I just I don't have it on left side because they usually would shoot on this side.
Yeah.
No, I just know when it's coming, so I just get out of that.
Yeah.
Headlock.
That's good. So look, bro, you served, right? So what was your MOS while you was in?
Yeah, man, I was a medic.
So you was a combat medic?
Combat medic,
68
man.
or 91?
91. 91 Bravo. Then it went to 91 Yankee or something, and then 68.
68 whiskey. Now they're healthcare specialists or something like that.
I don't know. It goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Goes back and forth.
I'm like, man, y'all need to go by building, what's that, building 367? It says, "Welcome to the home of the combat medics."
Combat medic.
We've been in that building too many times, right?
367. Yeah.
So we talked about some of the injuries, man. So you sustained some injuries, military, while you're in the military, right?
Yeah.
I know while I was there, you were battling some injuries while you were with me at Foxtrot. How did you overcome those when you had those injuries? Like, what was what did you do to stay mentally in the fight? so that your soldiers, they can see, okay, he could go through that and overcome it and still move forward. What were some of the things that you did to do that, overcome those things, those setbacks?
Yeah, no, during our time at Foxtrot, I had a shoulder injury.
Mm-hmm.
I got it actually when I went to platoon sergeant school. I was teaching a seminar in was it South Carolina?
Yeah.
And then the guy did the move that I showed, and I just landed hard on my shoulder.
Oh no.
So other injuries, like coming back to it, it's like you got to take time to take care of yourself.
That's right.
But I was at the fight house. You'd still show up, and you get the bug, but you can't get on there like right now. So the guys like Hector, AC, they would like, hey man, stay off the mats, man. You can teach,
That's right.
You can teach. Yeah.
Yep. You can teach without having to get on the mat and go through live, right? Shout out to AC and Hector.
Yeah. So when I promoted Hector to blue belt, I put on the gi, and then my wife's like, "Hey, are you training?" Because I was still on. So no, I just put on the gi for the promotion.
Okay.
Yeah,
man.
I was supposed
to be training with him for that, right? I asked around the same time, but could never make it out. It's just crazy.
And I got a funny story of when I heard you guys talk about with Hector. He got hurt there too, right?
Yeah, he did.
And the funny thing is, people get hurt when at that fight house when I'm not there. They always get hurt when I'm not there.
Yeah. And
then another guy, he was another Puerto Rican guy, and he was another supply guy. So just like Hector, he was a med supply guy, right? Puerto Rican too. So I said, hey, if I'm not there and you're Puerto Rican and you're in supply, don't train. Because you're gonna get your knees broke.
Stay off the mat. And so that was my thing, was like, for me, I trained under Ken Parham and
Ma Beach.
Yeah, and Terrell. What was their name? The last name? I can't think of his last name, but Carlos and Terrell, and they did sambos. So I learned a lot of legs. So it was like I was used to attacking legs, and you were going to into the tournaments, and then they'd be like, "Oh, you can't do X, Y, Z. You can't do this." Mm-hmm. And so I would grab, and then when I would grab, I would have to be like, "Okay, I got to release and switch to something else." And so it really did help. But I'm telling you, man, when you were there, when you came in, I was like, okay. You can't learn under everybody. You know what I mean? It's like not everyone, but me. I had to have that relationship with the people that I'm training with. To where it's like everybody's not going in there trying to hulk out and show I'm the biggest, toughest. It's we're here to learn and grow together as a team, and that was the environment that I felt you provided for us, bro. So I appreciate that. And then you brought in other styles. Remember you brought the guy in with the Kali sticks and the shout out to him, that was man. Fun.
Yeah, I got to link up with him. He lives like right by me, or where I'm staying. And he saw that I was coming back, and he was like, "Oh, now I'm motivated to get back on the mats." Because maybe he stopped doing Kali together,
Yeah. He actually, we've been friends since the day you did training, man.
Yeah.
So it's shout out. I'm gonna go ahead and do a shout out for you right now, man. You still, I know you're not training as hard, but you still do your Malacas Jiu-Jitsu, right?
Yeah, not here. People said, "Hey, you're gonna open up a school," but I said, I got too many friends that have schools there, and the biggest thing is I'm not gonna be 100% for the students, and that's not fair for them.
That's right.
I do so much things, and I travel all around the world. And when I had a school, and the student was like, "Hey, coach, you're gonna be at the tournament on Saturday coaching me?" I was like, "No, I can't. That you can't do that."
Right.
So I stop in. I go to Semper Fortis Jiu-Jitsu right down the street there. Good people, and I just want to get back on the mats, do something. I'm not really training for many medals, but
You should be. You got all the medals. You know,
nah,
you don't need
I
that
just
stuff.
nah, yeah, but training for just to keep yourself up. Yeah,
Yeah. So
but
tell me,
that's the
man,
reason.
how would you encourage others that are inspiring to climb the ladder of leadership, but they're wrestling with some of those difficult nagging injuries or just the mental health of it, getting past that stuff.
Ooh, that's that like MRT stuff. That's that resilient stuff, you know.
Resilient
Um,
master resiliency trainer.
ooh, that's a big word. Now you just got to know yourself and know your limits, but just take care of yourself better. And it's not the end of the world. You know, you see people with, remember we see people with no legs and
That's right.
no arms, and they're still working out and stuff. It's just a roadblock or a speed bump.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then man, I took years off. You know, like I didn't get on the mat for maybe a year, and you came back and you, you're rusty, but it's pretty fast to get.
It's like riding the bike.
Yeah, so the bike's kind of oily, and you gotta adjust the steering,
No,
the handlebars.
look. Some of your people you're competing with, they oily too. What you talking about, huh?
Yeah,
You wanted to ask a question?
yeah.
So, man, what would you like to be when you grow up? You into everything, man. You DJ, you play. How many instruments, man?
Oh, the turntable is one of them, and the guitar. I play the guitar. I can play the ukulele, but the main thing is I play the guitar.
Okay. And you
But
you do shows and everything, right? Like people can
yeah,
book
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
How do they do that if they was looking for DJ Mac Daddy? What do you go by?
Oh, Ranger X.
Ranger X. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Or sometimes, depending on the show, it'll just be my real name or my alias.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a funny story. Like I use my real name if I think you're cool. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Like when I found out that you was DJing, man, that was like, yo, that's Mac Daddy is a jack of all trades, man.
Yeah, I just don't fix stuff. I wish. That's what I think. You said what you want to do when you get older. I want to learn how to like fix stuff.
Yeah.
Those people, like amaze me that they could fix a car or
The
fix
mechanics.
their
Yeah, man.
mechanic.
Yeah, man.
I'm the entertainment side.
That's what I want to do. While I'm out, I want to go and do that technical certification stuff. I'm like, I did the other side for civilian education, but now I want to do the technical stuff, man. I want to do stuff that I think is applicable for me.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
but entertainment was just normal growing up home. You was always entertaining people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the story that you used to tell us about Michael Jackson? Is that one that you can tell?
Michael Jackson.
Was that a soldier you had named Michael Jackson or?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he was a battle, but I mean, this was in AIT back in '97. His name was. Let's just say his name was Michael Jackson, and they never called him Jackson. He was always be called, hey, Gifford, or hey,
Right.
Malacas. It was always Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And he was, let's just leave it as that, good guy, but he just was always called Michael Jackson.
Okay. Yeah, it's one of those stories. It was funnier.
Yeah.
All right, so if you could change 3 things in the world, man, what would they be?
Oh, yeah. Stop labeling people or labeling things.
Yeah.
Because when you've seen those memes where they're like little kids and they just hug each other, and then as they get older, the world, you just they start, you get around that middle school time, and then friends become not cool anymore because this person said that. They just start labeling people, and yeah. Another one is today's food industry, I guess.
Yeah.
Like all the crap that's in the food here, and
Yeah.
I think it's just the U.S. You know,
Mhm.
you were in Germany, I was overseas too, and their food is
Amazing.
man. Go to
Man.
McDonald's
Bruh.
overseas.
Bruh.
Did we-
McDonald's. Yes.
Because you try to say like, hey man, when I go on vacation, I'm never gonna eat at a place where we can eat at home. But I say, hey, try to eat at McDonald's
Right.
one time overseas, and you'll taste the difference.
It'll change your life.
Yeah.
Look, I miss
So-
I miss the McDonald's in Germany's apple pies. Oh my god.
They serve beer there, right? Too.
I don't remember if they sold beer. I know that they sell red rice and spam at the McDonald's in Guam.
Oh yeah, in Hawaii too. Yeah.
I was like, you can get some spam up in this joker? What? Infinitini. What?
At McDonald's?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Hey, when's the last time you went back?
It's been a while.
Oh.
It's been a while, man. I think we went back. Well, my wife has been back a couple times because family emergencies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But definitely plan on going back. Stop
Oh,
it.
right. And the last thing was probably the media. You know, I
Here. Talkie. Walkie talkie. Say hey to your mama. So you said the media?
mean, yeah, or just things that they pretty much control a lot of people. You know, people are fixed on that, and they believe it. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
not really like the news, but just everything: TV, TikTok, social media.
Some people, the generation that we live in, they see it and they take it for the Bible. You know, it's like that's exactly what it is. No, you gotta do your own research and you can have your own opinions, right? It's like we're friends. We don't have to believe or agree on left, right, blue, red, purple, green, any of that stuff. But we can still be friends without, we can be like, all right, that's what you believe. That's what you believe. Let's go grab some meat. Let's go grab some.
Yeah,
red
and that
rice.
all goes back to labeling people. They're like, oh, he's a leftist, or blah blah blah,
Right.
all that stuff.
All right, brother. So we got permission to jump in the time machine. If we could go back in history and talk to anyone, who would you choose to have a conversation with and why?
Man, that is, yeah, I really don't. I mean, like, history's gonna be history, and I don't know if going back and then you could change some stuff, but I really don't. I just want to go talk to like old family people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing was I was thinking about this, like, oh, maybe Hitler. Like, even though, why, but I don't know. So I probably
that mindset. What was your thought process on how did you end up going so far?
Yeah. Like, hey man, come on, just chill out, man.
Right. Just chill, bro.
Just
like,
chill, dude. Go to Austria, man. Go. Look, you in Austria. Just chill. You see how beautiful Austria is?
That's right. Like, don't do it, man. Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, it's probably like my old family members. I was pretty big into finding like ancestral information and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Back to the Future kind of thing.
Exactly, man. That's what I would love to. I'm really big into that. Just knowing the family history, and we can only go back so far.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So how did you handle the first hard and serious leadership challenge that you had faced? So it don't matter where, civilian, military, but just like a hard, you were in a leadership position, and it was just a decision that it had to come down to you. How did you handle that?
Oh, damn! It could be everything. Just making decision. Like growing up in high school or as a kid, like I would say I was a good a leader. I was always like, wanted to take charge. I was like baseball, man. I was good at it, but I I just was just chill. You know, I didn't really care for it, but I was pretty good. But I never took it too hard. I wish I did, like
Yeah.
really focus on it. Where was I going? Just making a decision, you know,
Making
and then making a decision. You you might not make the right one, but hey, you made one, you know,
right.
and you know you're gonna mess up, you know you're gonna fail, and then if you accept that fail and you take the blame and you don't blame anybody else, then that goes from being a kid all the way up to now, you know, military, jiu-jitsu, you know, marriage and stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
right, because
That's how,
it's leadership in all of those, man. And
yeah.
we just talked on Saturday mornings. We do coffee, crepes, leadership, and pancakes, and we talk about different issues that leaders may face. And one of them was don't let perfection stop progress, basically. And so that was one of the topics, like what you just said. It's just you got to make a decision. You know, it might not be the right decision, but don't stand still trying to figure out what the right decision is. You got to make a decision. You know, and then you learn from it, right? That's the part of leadership, is creating an environment where it's okay to fail, right?
Yeah, failure. You learn from failure, and you know, failure. Yeah, that's funny. I sent you that thing about that wedding stuff. That was pretty good.
That was good.
Had your name on it. I was like, hey, is that him?
No,
But,
it wasn't me.
It wasn't G. Yeah, it wasn't her. So I'm like, oh,
Look,
that was a good one.
The first time that I played it, you know, sometimes when you click on the link, it'll already start playing before the audio kicks in. And so I listened to the whole thing and I was like, oh, that's really cool. So then I tried to replay it back from the beginning, and it took me like 3 times to get it all the way at the beginning. And I heard Gifford, and I was like, what? Wait a minute. This is why Max sent it to me. And
Yeah.
he is slobbing all over me. Oh my God, my arm is wet.
Grapple duty.
Yeah, he's teething and he's biting everything. Ugh. Me included. Okay, so what was one of your most memorable leadership and personal experiences?
Memorable?
Yeah.
You know, they're. I mean, since you know me and you are Foxtrot, we'll just go with in Foxtrot. Man, it's just seeing our team when we clicked and everything went well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I did 6 cycles. I think you did. Did you do 6?
No, I did.
You did more?
Yeah, cause I got rolled over.
Oh,
I extended.
And then yeah, just graduation, man. But seeing our team always, you know, had it. But you know, that was a good thing about our team. Like, you know, if we were like lagging on something, somebody would just come in and pick it up. You know, maybe like not pick it up at us, but just like, hey, I'll take over. And then while that person gets a break and like, hey, you know, I got this battle, you know. So
Yeah.
just knowing, you know, not, you know, we weren't the perfect family, but hey, man, when we rocked, man, we rocked, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree, man.
Just-
And we didn't have all the people that we were supposed to have. We were short on platoon sergeants a lot of the times.
yeah, and that's why it you know, we that's why it was kind of hectic. I mean, and fun too at the same time.
That's right. So let me. When did you come? Did you get to us before we moved down to the new buildings?
You guys were down there already.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is this one soldier. So any of Foxtrot, y'all out there in the comments, we had this soldier, and she was an amazing soldier. Not really. Look, and I was trying to remember her name because I was telling this story to my buddy that I went to San Diego with. And we walked into a restaurant, and the restaurant was named after her. I was like, yo, that was her name. And that soldier, man, she was... Ooh, that was
You
one
forgot-
of the... Huh?
You forgot the name?
No, I remember the name. I'm not going to put it out there, but I'll tell you later. But yeah, she was a troublesome soldier, and she got the biggest hand up ever because she was 1 foot out the door, and we switched over from I forget what the commander's name was, to the new commander, Steve.
He was the new one.
He was the new one, and
Yeah.
he decided to give her another chance, and we was like, no, please pick another soldier. This one is really bad. I mean, they all deserve to get put out, right? But this one is like, even the soldiers were waiting for her to get out, and whew, yeah, she continued terrorizing. But you know, when you like that, you're gonna keep being like that, and it didn't take her long to get to her duty station, and
She went to Fort Hood.
was that, you know what I'm talking
She went
about?
to Fort Hood. I know you're talking about it. Yeah, she went to Fort Hood.
But she never really showed up to Fort Hood, right?
I don't.
She was
That's another
another discussion.
leadership challenge. No, this one's a leadership challenge. It was my first day in Fort Stewart. I think I was in 3rd ID, and then my job was to take this female medic who forged her graduation certificate and EMT card so she could leave with her boyfriend or something, right? So they found out, so I had to take her to the airport to fly back to Fort Sam. And my first day, I'm like, yeah, I got it. Take her to drive her to the airport, and then I just all right, make sure you get on that plane, and then good luck and stuff. So she goes through the gate, and I leave, right? I get back to the unit, and she's there.
What?
Yeah, she just took a cab back, and then they looked at me like, man, you look at you, my first day, and then they're like, man, you can't even do your job. I'm like,
Yeah. What?
Sluck one. Medics are smart, man.
Oh my goodness. So that was the wildest leadership challenge that you kind of...
No, that was one of them. I just remember. That wasn't a challenge, but it's just like, they looked at me, even like the battalion commander kind of went like, who are you? You messed this one up already? Like,
yeah. Well, look, I have one that it wasn't a challenge, but it was a challenge because all of the platoon sergeants volunteered to take this soldier who was just getting put out to drive them off base.
the Vietnamese guy?
No, it wasn't him. It was another guy, and he was a troublesome soldier. And remember, we had them in. He was the one we put in the day room. We moved them into the day room, and all his stuff was down there. We had told him to bring all of his stuff down so we can inventory it before we let him roll out. And I think the platoon sergeants, what was my man's name? Big O.
Creighton?
Big O.
Osorio.
Will. Yeah. I think he left for a second. He was the main one volunteering to escort this soldier off base. He was gonna beat that soldier up. I was like, no, you cannot escort the soldier. Absolutely not. Come on, senior. No. But when we left him in there just for a minute, the soldier peed on all of the equipment. I was like, oh my God. So the intensity that they had to beat this guy up, because he had given everybody so much, just drove them through so much drama. It was insane. And so that was crazy, because I even felt a certain way about it, but I was like, nah, y'all will destroy your career over this kid. Ooh. So, what's a life lesson you can give us?
Life lesson. Let me see. I wrote this down. I know. I was like, man, like, is he gonna go talk about the army, jiu-jitsu? Because each one has kind of a life lesson. I go with, it's like, hey, man, there's several, like, the greatest failure is the failure to try. I think President Carter said that to some of the Delta guys when the Eagle, the mission in Iran failed, and they told him that the greatest failure is the failure to try. So you don't be afraid to try. Be proactive. If you fail, you fail. You're gonna fail, but like we talk about, you come back to it, but don't get used to failing.
That's right.
Know when to stop.
Yeah. Because when you fail and you come back, you're starting with the experience, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
Biggest waste is wasted time, and the biggest waste is also wasted talent.
I like that. So what would you
Yeah.
say to somebody that's been interested in a while? They just been a little scared to walk into the doors, but they're older and they want to go in and try this ground fighting now. What would you say to them?
Oh, man, just I get this asked a lot. Just go in there, try it, And the hardest part about going to the gym is driving to the parking lot or opening to the door. Just try it out. You'll see in the jiu-jitsu class. Hopefully, it goes to a good, nice one where there's older people. Not just MMA guys just tearing each other apart. You'll see big people, little women, small guys and older people, and then just try it out. Look at Elo Gracie, man. He was doing it to the 90s. My grandma was 75 and she could throw me.
What?
She could throw me, and she was like hard of hearing, right? And then she would like put an arm bar, and I'll be like, I stop. But she can't hear, so she'd keep going. So I just just hit her and stuff like that.
Your grandma trained too?
Yeah, my grandma was like the biggest. Like she was my first sponsor, man. Like, I had videos of fights of me fighting, and she'd watch it. She's like, "Oh, you fight again? I street fight."
Awesome, man. That's so
she'd buy me
awesome.
instructional videos.
That's awesome, bro. Shout out, man. That's what I'm talking about. 75 and she can still throw you.
No, this year. I mean, she passed away 92. Yeah, but as a kid when she was 75.
Yeah.
But yeah, just try it out. You might not know, man. You'll get the bug. But as a leader, or if it was my gym, you'd kind of make sure you partner them up with the right person.
Exactly. That's
then they have
the key.
They have people. Yeah, they have people that does that.
Yes, and you were very good at that, Mac. I like that you like to keep it. You were serious, but you kept the atmosphere so light to where it was kind of like, if you were having a bad day when you came into the gym, you're gonna get a workout in, but it was kind of just like you could take that weight off and just enjoy yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I always noticed, you were watching and making sure that, if somebody was new or if we had one of those Hulk out characters, that you watch who they was rolling with. So that was good, man.
Yeah, and that's what makes and like the an instructor, a good one. You have to go with the flow. You can't just have one style because everybody's different. So you gotta know when to, if this guy, you gotta pick it up with this guy or tone it down with this guy. Yeah, what I like too was, I never looked the part. If even when I was at Lewis, I started a gym there, and people would hear about me, and they meet me the first time. They just probably walk past me because I never had the tap out shirts or the tattoos and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, it's this guy." Yeah.
So look, bro, you had some really interesting connections, man. Like you trained some interesting people. I don't know if you could really talk about them, but what was your link to the Army Combatives program?
Yeah, so so I joined, and I believe it opened in '95 in Second Ranger Battalion by Matt Larson, great guy, good buddy of mine. So I joined. Never really heard about it till about 2002. When I was in Korea, and they had some lieutenants because they were getting trained at the infantry basic leaders course.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I was already teaching at the gym, and then so that's about it. I was training them. They had a tournament. I wiped it out. I won the tournament. But then I went back to Washington D.C. and then I was training there a lot. Then the sergeant major just wanted the program started at the hospital, so he sent me, and then I linked up with them, and yeah, with my background, I already had an extra step in the door, but I never came in there like, hey, I
Right.
know this stuff because the army taught it another way,
Right.
so you had to learn it the army way, and I
Right.
think that's how I was cool with the original guys at the Combatives Fight House. I never was a ass to them, or they're good guys, great friends still yet.
Yeah.
We're all pretty much retired, and that's my connection with them. Yeah, talk about Matt. Like, everybody wants to go be an instructor at the fight house because it's a pretty cool gig. So I hit him up, and he's like, "Hey, man, you go get another deployment under your belt." It's like, okay, cool. So I never did end up teaching there, which is good because they already had it at. They already had that gym, 100%.
Right.
So I wanted to start my own. They already got it.
The way they
I wanted
wanted
to,
and running.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was already prestigious or something like that, and I always wanted to just start up my own thing. So I started it up at Walter Reed, and at Fort Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, we built it up first. Yeah.
So that was the first time that you opened and started Malacas Jiu Jitsu?
No, that was in Georgia. Yeah, Fort Stewart.
Fort Stewart?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't do that. Yeah, Fort Stewart, then San Antonio, and then wherever I went. Yeah.
Okay. All right, man. So let's round it back out to our leadership. What is a leader?
Oh yeah. A leader is, it's authentically being a good person. Okay, a good person, and you have to influence people. Army always says teach, mentor. But teach, encourage, and push. Okay, you gotta care for them. You gotta make people your priority,
Mm-hmm.
and then you gotta tell them, I'm here to ensure your well-being, and you gotta have their best interests at heart.
That's right.
And you gotta gain their trust by being authentic. You gotta have humility, like resilience. You gotta acknowledge failure, and then you're willing to if you're willing to fail, have the will to fail, but know when to cut it off and
Right.
stuff like that. Then perseverance, the big resilient words.
Yeah.
You be resilient despite of failure. We all mistakes, but can you get back on it?
That's right.
And you gotta be proactive. You gotta create opportunities to, no matter what the risks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's being. Oh, but the thing is, all that is cool leader stuff. But if you tell me one word, it was presence. You gotta have the presence because, like, you know who you are. When you step in a room, people look and listen, and sometimes that's enough for them, just enough to motivate them.
That's right.
But if you don't have that pull, you gotta just show your presence. You gotta be there, and your soldiers are sucking in the motor pool or whatnot. You gotta maybe just you checking up on them is they're like, oh man, you didn't forget about us, so let's
right.
get this done.
Yeah.
So just have the presence. If you got the platform, use it. Like you said, I got connections, and during the week, I make time. I don't know which day I do it, but one day it's just I'm just giving shout outs. Like, oh, my friend got a show this time. I'm posting his show. I have it on other people.
Yeah.
Just posting their things, like what's he AC's in Philly right now doing his Total Combat League.
Yeah, man. His coaching, right?
Yeah, his coaching. They're doing tryouts now, so maybe I just pushed that out. I pushed it out to some of my fighters in Washington, and you just make time to spread the word. I got that platform. And I think if I talk, people listen.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. And you always offered to help people that was interested in pursuing, the combat sports too. And that's big because it's hard for some TDA units. They don't get the opportunity to do that stuff, and to have somebody that can at least look and see with their contacts who they can get out there or how you can link them up. That's big. So yeah, man, I do appreciate that. So you have a lot of superpowers, Mac. Real quick, shout out to the Jewel Junkie. She said, "What's poppin', Papa Gift and guest? How you doing, Jewel Junkie? You must be on a break." She working.
Remember the cupcakes?
Yeah, Jewel Junkie, aka Madam Cupcake.
Yeah, when my boy was born, she hooked it up with the cupcakes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think it was you, Aguilar, and Simpson.
Everybody, yeah.
It's
Simpson's birthday today, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our boy Sam Simpson, man. Happy birthday, brother.
Like this.
Oh, his is epic. His is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got a Santa Claus beard. Shout out to you, Sam, man. We love you, brother. So, back to you, Mac Daddy. If you could have a superpower, man, which one would you have?
Oh, Superman, man. I mean, he does what he can fly. He's fast. He got X-ray vision, right? And then his only weakness is like kryptonite, and I don't think they make that anymore, right?
No, they don't make that anymore. Okay.
So yeah.
But you told me a superhero. I said a superpower. So you want to be able to
fly? Superpower?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, whatever. I think I put whatever Superman has.
Nope, you can only pick one of them.
Oh, one of them?
Yep.
Oh man. Jeez. Man, who's the one that he could read your mind?
That's Professor X.
Yeah.
You go with mind telepathy.
Yeah.
I know it's another word for it. I just can't pronounce it, so I'm gonna stay with you. Know what I'm talking about? Telepathy.
ESPN. Telepathy. I think that's okay. Let's just put it that way.
Okay,
reading
say that. If anybody know what it is, put it down in the comments, man. All right, so give me your three great leaders or your Mount Rushmore of leadership. It don't have to be.
Man, that's pretty hard. Yeah. I mean, in the world.
No. Just for you, the people who had the biggest influence, not the biggest, but that you could think of that have had influence in your life.
Oh man, that's easy. Like three. Like that's like my wife, my two kids. Like famous leaders already got their own statues all over the place, but you could put my wife and my kids. They make me come home.
That's awesome, man. I love that. Yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about, Mac. Family man. Yes.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is hard, but you know what? It's rewarding.
He's out.
He is knocked out, bro. He fell asleep biting my arm. Go figure. So what's a quote you live by, Mac?
Oh yeah, man. Like I used to be that Teddy Roosevelt's thing about the man in the arena and stuff like that. But that's a long one. But simple one, man. It's this, dude. Aloha. It can mean so much things, man. You know what? Like you just try saying that stuff, and people don't even know what it is, but they'll just like, hey, you just try that. You just say aloha, and it'll bring a smile to people. It means love, hi. Let's say bye, but we have another word for that. But it's just simple, simple.
Yeah,
real simple.
So use it as a greeting. I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna test that out, man.
Yeah, try. Oh, it's best in Georgia. I was in Georgia last week when you were gone. Man, man, they're so nice over there, man.
Man, that's that Southern hospitality, man. Look, California, different story, bro.
Aloha, bye. Yeah.
Look,
But
people,
you were in the good part of California, San Diego.
I was in a nice part, but some
Yeah.
they still didn't. I won't say all of them. There were some really nice people in California, but I ran into a lot of people who was looking at you like, I'm gonna clench my purse. What are you doing in this area? It's like I'm smiling and saying good morning. What the heck? Oh, I'm a tourist right now. You can't tell I'm taking pictures of everything. It's like,
You didn't have your jersey on? You didn't have the Falcons jersey on or something?
no, not this time. I had on some touristy stuff, something comfortable because we did a lot of walking.
Yeah.
So, what's your legacy, brother?
All right, so your legacy, man. It ain't anything I built, like the dojos. It's my students. That building will not ever have my name on it, because of the army. I mean, they'll never have my name. But the students will, no matter where they are, they'll remember you. In fact, I went to an SLC graduation today.
Yeah.
And one of our guys was there, but I seen two of them. Duque, man, he graduated SLC. And then another guy, Figueroa, they were both classmates. And Figueroa came to see him. He's in ROTC right now. And then they took a picture of me, and he posted like, "Yo, this was one of the best NCOs and stuff like that." I see that a lot too when I was. They're always the students back at Lewis, like Ranger Battalion. Remember my big thing in AIT was I was like a Ranger recruiter,
Yes,
and I'd
you
send
were.
these guys. Yeah, and then every time I go see these kids, I'll see him way on the other side of the gym or something, and he sees me and he'll just start pointing, telling his buddy, like, "Hey," I know what he's telling is, "Hey, this is the guy that hooked it up and got me here." And
Yeah.
now that he's a ghost, now that guy is he's in the army but not in the army, so it's good. Yeah.
Secret squirrel, secret squirrel.
Yeah, and then another kid, he's in PA school, one of our guys, and just seeing that, hey man, this is the guy that helped me out with my career. We all had those NCOs too.
That's right. That's right.
I just went to a wedding this Saturday, and I was a private, and he was like the operations sergeant, and I just so happened to just walk in the office, and he helped me out. He was an E7.
Yeah.
And this was 97, and then he just helped me. He just talked to me a little bit, and then when he retired 16 years later, he came here. We hooked up, and
Really?
yeah, man. And it's like I tell him, like, yeah, I just talked to him one time in 97, and then talked to him like in 2013, and then
Wow.
they're like, wow. I was like, hey man, like just that little thing, I remember. It helps when you got a great memory too. Sometimes it's kind of weird.
Yeah, mine isn't that great, but I do remember I remember actions, right? So like we were deployed, we were on a mission, and something happened, and we had to find the local aid station, right? So I go in and I'm trying to get this information, and then the NCO I see, he stops and he looks at me. He was like, "I think I know you," and I'm like, "Okay," He's like, "Were you at Fort Sam?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Were you the senior?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Is our student? Was on our guys?
One of our guys, yep. And I was like, "Look, if I don't know where you're going." He's like, "Nah, man, that was like the best time of my life. I loved it. You guys was rocking. Whatever you need, I got you." So that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, for real. Even the guys that didn't like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we still took care of. I mean, we were very professional. I have to say that, right? We were very professional. We took care of business. Maybe the lady at the lunchroom didn't like us that much. Courtesy of
I had no issues with her until I got scooped in.
Were you with that group I had to counsel?
Yeah, you counseled me, man.
Shout out to Taz, man.
Yeah, Taz. And to First Sergeant Ron Anderson, man. That was another great leader right there.
Absolutely.
I was like, you know what? I'm not. He he didn't have to tell people he was the first sergeant.
That's
and
right.
then I think we helped him because if we protected him, like if they messed up, we he let us take care of stuff.
That's right. He let us lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love
He
that.
didn't. He was a quiet guy. You wouldn't even know he was a. I thought he was a student one time. Yeah, but one time I was in the flight paramedic. I was working the flight paramedic course, and then a student was like, "Hey, were you at Foxtrot?" I goes, "Yeah." Oh yeah, man. I remember that time you threw that trash can in the CTA, right? We called it.
Yeah, CTA.
Yeah, in formation, and you started destroying the trash can. And I goes, "Man, that's just an act I did. I buy a new trash can every cycle."
Yeah,
But he's
man.
like, "Oh man, I that's when I knew stuff got real."
Well, that was the reception, right? That first week, the shock and awe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It calmed down a lot after that week. All right, brother. So give us a humble boast and a shameless plug, man. Anybody you want to shout out? Some stuff that you're doing.
That's a shameless plug. That's a shameless plug. Oh man, our Foxtrot 232 people. With some great people. We got officers. I think we got like 3 people just left. One Sergeant Major Academy. We got Green. She's in there. I think Tate Alvarez. They're about to retire. Aguilar, she's
Retiring.
She's blowing up that LinkedIn.
Yeah, man.
She's
getting it, man.
And then yeah, man, we all did great. AC, man, Bryant Boxing.
Bryant Boxing. Yes.
Man, he lives right like down the street. I haven't seen him because he's busy. I'm busy, but hey, that's good, But we kept contact. My cousin Hector Ortiz out there in Washington. Yeah, it's pretty much it. And all our students, man, they're passing us quick.
They are, bro. Yes, they are, and that's
good,
right? That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's why I didn't mind getting out and retiring because the Army medicine is in good hands.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, you ready for this lightning round?
Yeah.
All right, so for those that don't know how the lightning round go, I'm gonna ask him questions. He gotta answer it right off the top, and you guys put your answer in the chat box right down there or right up there. All right, so what are your 3 most played songs?
Right now?
Yep.
I got one. It's that Steven Sanchez song, Until I Found You. And other ones are some Hawaiian songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your go-to for inspiration?
It's funny. It's YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, because like, oh, I gotta watch this thing, and then okay, let's go.
Yeah.
You wanna go play football? We'll put some football thing in there.
Yeah. It is. You get lost on YouTube sometimes, right? I'm supposed to be doing a lightning round. Okay, what's your favorite pastime?
Baseball.
Baseball? What?
Yeah.
Really, Mac? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite duty station?
Fort Sam.
Fort Sam.
Yeah.
Favorite person in history?
Ooh, pass.
Pass.
Go back to, yeah.
Favorite food?
Steak.
What is it?
Steak.
Dake?
Steak.
Oh, okay. Favorite group / artist?
Group, Boys to Man. Artist, Jamie Foxx. Total entertainer. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Childhood hero?
My grandma.
Grandma, shout,
Yeah.
man. She's
Crazy.
yes. Who's your favorite player? Any sport?
Bo Jackson.
Bo knows everything.
Like me.
Yeah, bro, you surprised. I didn't know about the baseball, man. I mean, I knew you played, but I didn't know it was like your sport like that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite team?
Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta, really? What?
Yeah, we only could watch that back home, TBS, so we grew up being a Braves guy. Dale
Seriously?
Murphy.
I didn't know that, Mac. What the heck?
Yeah,
I
we
got
learned something new, man.
I got my Atlanta stuff, my Brave stuff in here somewhere. It's in here.
Mariota's my cousin too, man.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you want to call him right now?
Tell him to come. Tell him to come on the show.
Okay, yeah.
All right. What's your favorite cartoon?
At the Transformers.
Yeah, buddy. The old one or the new one?
Oh, the old one.
Original OG.
The one that the guys had the yellow hard hats.
Yeah. It's like, are these construction workers or are they robots?
Yeah.
Marvel or DC?
DC.
DC? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's your adult hero?
What was that last one with childhood hero? Oh, now? Man. I don't know, man.
No?
I don't know because it's like what, different, music, jiu-jitsu, this, me.
Yeah. What's your favorite vacation spot?
It's this place called Malibu in British Columbia, Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, like no cell phones, don't work, and just all family time. I think that was heaven on earth.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, Max, you made it through, brother. You said Malibu in Canada?
Yeah, Malibu, Victoria, British Columbia. I don't know. Canada has so much names.
Yeah.
But we had to catch a 3-hour boat ride to it. It was a hidden place. Yeah, this is research that. So the guy that made something for the planes during the 40s or late 30s, he built that for a resort for famous people.
Yeah.
But then the war broke out, so he had to stop it.
Okay.
And then he just gave it to a church. And then the church does retreats there. So it was a family retreat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to check that out, man. We want to go to Canada, and that'd be a great place to check out, You unplug. It's a good place to unplug from the society, right?
Yeah.
Bet. I'm going to check that out, man.
You gotta know how to swim, though.
Huh?
You gotta know how to swim. There's a lot of water activities.
Really?
Yeah. They got water activities, hiking, zip lining, all that good stuff.
I do all the other stuff, Mac, but I don't know what kind of water activity. I have on a life vest.
Yeah, you got it like this.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah. All right, well, Mac Daddy, you made it all the way through, brother.
Yeah, man, let's go quick, man. We can go 2-3 hours, man.
I know that's right. Look, somebody just joined the show again. You want to say hey to Mr. Malacas? Mr. Jiu-Jitsu? Tell him I'm going to train Jiu-Jitsu.
You gonna train?
I'm going to train some Jiu-Jitsu when I get big. I got my mats downstairs.
Oh, you do, man?
Yeah, I got mats, bro. I've had them.
Are you training?
Huh?
You training?
I was training my nephews, and then I got hurt, so I haven't been able to. So, but yeah, I'm gonna start back training.
I'll try to make a way down there.
Yeah, man, come on, so I can go ahead and get my belts and stuff legit. The highest I made was blue, but I wouldn't be comfortable enough to go into anything saying it right now. Yeah,
just put it on. You, A grade, AC, everybody gets a belt,
Okay. Yeah. Welcome back, buddy. You want to say, hey, Mr. Malacas? Say, I'll see you. We gonna hang out, cause we San Antonio, Texas is our second home.
Yeah.
So we'll be down there, brother. You gonna be there for a while?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Come down, man. Come down.
Come down and hang out with you guys. Oh, shout out to the there's a restaurant. There's an island restaurant that they just opened up down there. Oh, shout out to my son to his this is in Killeen. This is Fort Hood.
Yeah.
And, they just opened up a okay. Oh, I guess that's my cue. Woo, yeah, buddy. I'm gonna put it in the thing. I can't think of the name of it. But my son just opened up. He's opening up his club. So I'll let you guys know what the name of that is.
Oh yeah. I go up there a bunch now.
Yeah, man. And it's gonna be like a hookah lounge / club. Okay, where's your pacifier, buddy? Where'd you put it at? Well,
I got the same license plate too, the German
oh, the
one.
German one. It's
Yeah,
got Malacas on it.
yeah,
I was thinking about that, or I was thinking they was gonna get me that, or they would get me the one that has the leaving and then entering. You know, where they have the thing where you were and they cross it out.
yeah. My buddy Jay Rubio, he got me one. Yeah.
Okay. All right, brother. Well, look, man, I appreciate you taking time out to hang out with us. Me and little Anari Marte.
Hey,
And look, man, I'll be in touch, and hopefully I can start back up training, and I'll tap into you. And
oh yeah, anytime, man.
yeah,
Anytime. That's good. It's good fun today.
yeah, man, absolutely. Well, hey, I love you, brother. Take it easy. Peace.
Take care, bro. Aloha.
Aloha. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that for
Yeah.
a week, and I'm gonna let you know how it went.
Yeah.
You gonna chop your daggone fingers off putting it on that fan. Say bye. Say see you later. Can you see him? Look.
Do some push-ups.
Do some push-ups. Say peace. Say peace. All right, Mac Daddy. We are
All right,
out.
bud.
I'm gonna
Out.
feed this joker. Peace, everybody. Say peace, Anari. Yeah. Yeah.